स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम् स्वधर्मज्ञानवैराग्य साध्यभक्त्येकगोचरः नारायणः परम् ब्रह्म गीताशास्त्रे समीरितः श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि
ऐकान्त्यम् भगवत्येषाम् समानम् अधिकारिणाम् यावत् प्रार्थि चेतद् एवात्यन्तम् अश्नुते
यावत् प्राप्ति परार्थी चेत तदेवात्यन्तम्.
Exclusiveness in regard to the Lord as the object of worship is common to all these qualified aspirants. But if one desires the attainment of the Supreme Being till such attainment without longing for other things, he will enjoy him without end.
Aikantyam is what we call exclusiveness. Today, there was a discussion on how to do japa, meditation, and how to recite scriptures. Ekaha tapaha. Only one has to be there, alone, lonely, solitary to perform penance. While reciting the scripture, Veda Adhyanam, one has to have one more companion minimum. Two people should do that. That's what today. So Aikantyam only in tapaha, exclusiveness, not in Vedadhyana, not even in Bhagavad Gita Adhyana, not even in Bhagavad Gitartha Sangraha Adhyana. Study of Gitartha Sangraha or study of Gitartha Sangraha Saksha should be with at least two people. So here, so let us go to the Aikantyam, exclusiveness. Now Aikantyam, as we already saw, a little selfish involvement, single involvement or singular involvement on meditation over God. So Bhagavati. So in regard to the Lord, so as the object of worship it is given there. So Bhagavati is what we call Saptami Vibhakti, locative case. That is Bhagavati. Actually, Dakaranta Pullinga Shabdaha, last letter is Da, Bhagavat, then first word is Bhagavan, then Bhagavanto, Bhagavantaha, Bhagavati. Yesham, now we refer to these, what are these? Adhikarinam. What do you call? We have people with the right. Generally, it is misunderstood in Tamil as powerful people. This is only rightful people. People with the right, RIGH. They have the liberty to do. They have the freedom. So, Yesham Adhikarinam, now we are referring to all the four. Karma Yoga Adhikari, Jnana Yoga Adhikari, and Bhakti Yoga Adhikari and Prapatti Yoga Adhikari. Though there are no minimum qualifications for anything, it is our bounden duty to be or exercise our right to the meditation of God. For everything, Aikantam is Samanam, is common. Samanam is equal in measure. Common meaning, it means ordinary, but here is equal to all. That means a common quality. So each one of us, practicing Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga or other Prapatti Yoga, all will have the exclusiveness. And I think that refers to what we now understood earlier as Kaivalya. So Yavat Prapti, till the reach. Yavat Prapti. Pararthi Chet. Now there are two meanings for Pararthi. So let us take the right meaning. So Pararthi, Arthi meaning one who seeks. The seeker is called Arthi. You can also say Arthi is a beggar. Arthi is a beggar. The one who wants something. Money. Artha, money. Arthi, a purposeful seeker. Artha is purpose, goal. And also generally wealth also. Here it is Pararthi. We are now seeking a spiritual wealth, highest wealth. So it also can mean something other than God. Suppose I want wealth, I want money. Then I'm also called Pararthi. I want an enemy, Pararthi. So I am seeking an enemy. You can also say that though the two people, Jaya and Vijaya, were the sentries in the Vaikuntha, after they were cursed, they sought to be enemies of the Lord, staunch enemy of, for example, Varaha Avatara, Rama Avatara and Krishna Avatara. So in all the three births, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kumbhakarna and Shishupala, Dantavaktra, they were always inimical, opposed to the Lord. They chose that path because that's also easy. That is very easy. Opposing somebody. Yavat Prapti, till they reach Pararthi Chet is only a condition provided. Chet, if Pararthi, the one who wants only the highest primordial being, namely Paramapurusha, Tatu Eva Atyantam Ashnute. Then he will enjoy. Ashnute means enjoy. He will experience. Actually, Ashnute can also mean simply saying eating, taking food. So it is enjoying. Bhojanam is food. Bhogyam is enjoyable food. So Atyantam Ashnute, he enjoys the utmost or rather maximum. Tadeva, the Supreme Being. That's why he said given in brackets. Need not given in brackets, already there. Supreme Being. So Tadeva, only him. Only him. He will enjoy only him. Atyantam doesn't mean without end. Atyantam means very much. The problem with the word anta also means the end. Antaha meaning inside. Inside. The inner soul, the individual soul has got the supreme soul as the inner soul. So he is also anta, inside. Then eva atyantam is very much. That means very much. Deeply means deeply. So he enjoys deeply. Of course, another meaning is you can say without end, endlessly he is enjoying. Once Vaikuntha is reached, the Muktatma, the released soul, he is able to enjoy him endlessly. But here the meaning, the purpose, the deeper sense will be Atyantam Achyuta is enjoys completely, enjoys to the end, not only without the end, to the end, deeply, that means enjoys deeply. Enjoys deeply in the sense, enjoys the auspicious quality of the Lord. And of course, there is no end to the number of auspicious qualities of the Lord. So with that, I think we go to the Kaivalyam here. Aikantyam is called Kaivalyam. Exclusiveness is called Kaivalyam. And what generally we say is whether we are practicing Karma Yoga only, Jnana Yoga only, or combination of both, or Bhakti Yoga added to it, and because we are not able to practice fully all these three, we take up the course in Prapatti Yoga. In all these yogas, only one goal is there, namely enjoyment of the Supreme Soul. That is called Saman, equal in quality, quantity, and more equal in quality. There is no lesser quality, there is no gradation for these Karma Yogins or Jnana Yogins, Bhakti Yogins, and Prapatti Yogins separately. They enjoy all the divine qualities of the Lord in equal measure. That is what we call Samanam Adhikarinam. Now we come to the commentary. Gitartha Sangraha. Anything that you want to say here before we go to the page 109. Any comment or let's go to page 109. Evam, in this way, Atishayita Aishwarya Kaivalya Bhagavat Prapti. That's one term, one compound word. Then add with the Archana. Now we saw Pararthi Chetu. There was a doubt there. If you are a Pararthi Chetu, if you are seeking the highest being, if you are seeking the goal, namely Sriman Narayana, I think we need not again stress upon the name Sriman Narayana because Bhagavan means only one. So Arthinam, so Pararthi or Pararthina. So how is the Pararthi? How is the Para? How is the highest being? Atishayita. Wonderful, amazing, awesome. Atishayita. I think all of us know the meaning Atishayita. Atishayita, Ati means excessively. Shayita meaning excelling. Excessively excelling. Surpassing. That's the meaning of Atishayita. That means he is above all. Nobody is equal to him. Nobody can surpass him also, overpower him. That is what we call. There is no word here to tell you. Atishayita. Then Aishwaryam. Aishwaryam we refer to only leadership. Please remember always Aishwaryam we refer to not to the physical wealth or materialistic wealth or the wealth in that world also, even spiritual wealth. We don't want even spiritual wealth. We want to enjoy the leadership. Whose leadership? It is not our leadership, but his leadership. And we have some leadership, but limited leadership. Atishayita Aishwarya is, he excels all of us in leadership. So Atishayita Aishwarya, then Kaivalya Bhagavat Prapti. If we tend to call the word Kaivalya is another type of moksha, then we have to say Kaivalya Bhagavat Prapti cannot be understood. Kaivalya is what we saw just now as exclusiveness. Aikantya is the meaning of Kaivalya. Please note, the Gitartha Sangraha first word Aikantya is equal to Kaivalya. So that means exclusiveness. So Kaivalya Bhagavat Prapti. Now, though Lord Sriman Narayana belongs to everyone, he is you can say, he is a property of everyone. I have equal claim with you. You also can have equal claim of the leadership, claim the leadership of the Lord. So Kaivalya is here. So I say, I am selfish. I want to worship the Lord by myself, for myself, of myself, and so on. You also do that. Each one of us can do that. There is no restriction. Nobody prevents us from approaching God. Again, approaching God is again reaching the place of God. That means understand God. So Bhagavad Prapti is Bhagavad Jnana Prapti. So that will be exclusive. So I meditate, I read books, I take advice from preceptors, and I understand, and then I worship. So Kaivalya Bhagavad Prapti. Then Archana. So we are many people, we are many individual souls. Then what should we do? Adhikartavyaya bhakti. Kartavyaya, Visarga is because of conjunction is missing. So Adhikartavyaya bhakti. So what should we do? Because I am selfish also. For example, comparing myself to others, I must exercise more devotion than anybody else. I want to have exclusive reach of the Supreme Soul. Then I must perform more. I must do my duties more. Karma Yoga. I must, not only I should be perfect in performing duty, I must do better. I must gain better wisdom. I must understand more than others. I must show here devotion. Bhakti. So bhakti will be bhakti. So adhikartavyaya. Adhikartavyaya is overdoing bhakti. Kartavyam is duty. Adhikartavyaya is overdoing duty. That is, I have lot of curiosity to have exclusiveness in devotion. So adhikartavyaya bhakti. Now, sarabhutam. What is the essence of this bhakti? Sarabhutam. Sara essence. That meaning, what is the advantage of this bhakti? And that is called sadharanam bhutam. Here you can give the meaning common form. Meaning, whether you have more devotion than me or I have more devotion than you, in comparison, the final destination is same. Rather, we can say enjoyment of the auspicious qualities of the Lord is equal in you and equal in me. Whether you are showing more devotion or I am doing more duties, more sincerely, I am gaining more wisdom, you are doing prapat yoga, whatever it is, we get this common goal. Nishkarshayati, meaning is emphasized, is stressed, is decided. Nishkarsha is decision, final judgment. So that is called icon. So we are talking about the icontyam. Icontyam, that is what we saw the first word, icontyam. So that icontyam will be another type of Kaivalya Bhagavat Prapti. Again, long term, Atishayita Aishwarya Kaivalya Bhagavat Prapti is called icon. Otherwise, you can also give another adjective. Adhikartavya Bhaktehe Sarabhutam icon. These two terms can qualify icon. Now, what is icontyam? Now, what is your exclusiveness? We have already understood it as we are not going to approach any other God. That is very important. Though I call it selfishness, though I call it loneliness in approaching my own aim for my sake, everything mine. So, Aikantyam atra Ananya Devata Katvam. Swami, Keshavdas Swami, you are not supposed to split it with a hyphen there. So, otherwise, you can also do this way. Aikantyam plus atra plus Ananya Devata Katvam. You can have a dash between Ananya and Devata Katvam. There is no other further dash. So, Aikantyam atra on Ananya Devata Katvam. Okay. Meaning, you are not approaching any other God. You are not approaching any other God. Devata. Devata can also say feminine gender, but it is common to both genders. Devata, the word is in feminine gender. The meaning is in all genders. Why in all genders? We call Lord Almighty as neuter gender word. Parabrahma. Parabrahma. And therefore, Ananya Devata. Devata generally means goddess, but its general meaning will be, common meaning will be a god. So Ananya Devata Tattvam is, we are not approaching any other god. Aikantyam atra Ananya. So Aikantyam refers to our exclusiveness, meaning we are not approaching any other god. That is very important. So Chaturvidha Mama Jana Bhaktaha Eva Kisputa. Already we saw Chaturvidha Mam Bhajante. Chaturvidha Bhajante Mam. So that we have been repeating many times. So there are 4 types of people. So my devotees, he says, Mama Bhaktaha, Mama Janaha. There are 2 types of relationships. Today's discussion was the Jivatmas, the individual soul, have no disconnection. We are not delinked any time from the Almighty, the Supreme Soul. So there are 2 meanings for Narayana. Narayanam Ayanam, meaning he is the abode of all the sentient and insentient beings. Chetana, Achetananam, Vasastalam. since we are all like tenants in a house, the house owner is Lord Supreme Court. So that is one type of relationship. Another one is Naraha Ayanam Yasya Saha. He, the Almighty, who is the substratum, source, adharam, base, fundamental support for all the sentient and insentient. Naraha. Naraha refers to Narana, Narat Jatani, Narani. Or Narat Jataha Naraha. Anyway, you can say. So that means Naraha also meaning. There are three meanings of Nara. One is, of course, four meanings. Naraha generally meaning human being, as we say in Tamil. Naraha. So another meaning, Naraha means Lord Shivan Narayana, because he has no destruction. He is never destructible. He is always indestructible. Na rishyate iti Naraha. Then Narat Jatani Narani. So all the creation, including the sentient beings, Jivatmas and Achetana objects, they are born from him. And therefore, Narat from the Lord, Jatani born from Narani, or again Naraha. You can say it in masculine gender and neutral gender, Pullinga or Napulsaga. Now, with this background, so we go to the. So, what is Aikantyam? Chaturvida Mama Janaha. There are two relationships. One is they are my relatives. All the people are my relatives. Tvameva Matacha, Pitat Tvameva. Tvameva Bandhuscha, Sakhat Tvameva. Tvameva Vidya, Dravinam Tvameva. Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva is Ramayana Sloka. Whereas Ramanuja's Gadya Shloka is Tvameva Matacha, Pitat Tvameva. Tvameva Bandhuscha, Gurus Tvameva. Even Lord Krishna learned from Sandipini Maharishi. He obeyed his command. He brought alive his dead sons. So he is always related to us. And we have a concept in Srimad Ragasetra, namely, we are all called inseparable from the Lord. We cannot separate ourselves. We cannot divorce from the Lord. It is not possible. Neither insentient nor the sentient. Neither Jivatma nor the inert object can be separated from it. He is always attached. Therefore, he says, Mama Janaha first. All of them, without any exception, all of them are my people. Mama Janaha. But again, there are some people who are little better. Bhakta. They are all devotees. Not all of us are devotees, but devotees are liked more by the Lord. But they are four in number. Four types in number. Chaturvidaha. Mama Janaha. Bhaktaha. These are to be added by conjunction. Yevaki Snuta. They are remembered like this. Tesham. So how do they differentiate? So Tesham, Ekantinaha, Tretaha, Techa, Eva, Ananya Devata. So we remember the four words, Jnani, can you tell me, Artharthi, Moksharthi, Jnani and
Arto Jigyasu Artati Jnani Cha.
Yeah, Artha, Jigyasu, Artharthi and Jnani. Artha, the suffering person, therefore he is Bhakta. Because one is suffering, he is ready to approach God. So Artha, Jigyasu, There are some people called eager to learn, eager to know. Jignasuhu. Then Arthati. Some people want only something else other than the Lord. Money, leadership, anything else other than this. And lastly, Jnani. Now we are talking about something Jnani here. So Ekantinaha meaning, so already Aikantyam we saw that Ananya Devata Katvam, the previous line we had. Aikantyam means Ananya Devata Katvam. And therefore, this Ekantinaha meaning those who do not worship any other deity, any other god, they don't consider them as their destination, then they are the best one, Rekta. And because they are the best one, they don't go to any other god. Because they are not going to any other god, they are the best ones. So Sreshtaha te cha eva ananya devata. Iti Anugita Vachana. Anugita, I think, is also another Gita found in Mahabharata. Anugita is again very simple. Gita is being followed by Anugita. That's why Anugita. Anu means followed. So Anugita Vachana, the single word Anugita Vachana, you can have a dash there, hyphen. Iti Anugita Vachana. So Jnaninam Aikantyasya Nityatva Abhipraya. Now this is very interesting to note that we fall into the four categories. We fall into four categories. Either we suffer and therefore we approach God, or we are eager to know Him, therefore Jignasuhu. Then we want something else, some other aim, some other goal like money. And then lastly, we are wise, Jnani. So among these four, Jnani will be best, because they don't approach any other god. Now, the next question is, will we stick to the guns? Will we remain as it is today? I would like to approach only Sriman Narayana. I don't want to go to any other god. So exclusiveness. So I am Ekanti. Then is there any possibility that I change my mind little later? No. That is the answer. Jnanina, so a wise person, you can put it in plural. So what the wise people, Aikantyasya Nityatva Abhipraya. Why do they call it as exclusiveness of the wise people? Namely, Nityatva Abhipraya. Their attitude is permanent. They never change colors. They don't want to change their opinion, and they don't want to go back to any other god. Already some of us have been worshipping other gods. But finally, when we come once to Sriman Narayana, we never go back. There is no return from this Aikantya, and that is called Nityatva. So Atratu, here, Yavat Swa Abhimata Phala Labham Aikantam Samanamit Aikantyam Samanamit. The stanza of Gitartha Sangraha, Sri Yamunacharya, said, Samanam Adhikarinam. Samanam Adhikarinam. So Aikantyam Samanam Adhikarinam. The exclusiveness is common to, or not rather common to, rather the same experience to all the Adhikarina. Yesham Adhikarina. So again, now we are coming to what is that Aikantyam? So Aikantyam Samanam. Aikantyam samanam. Iti uchyate. Thus it is said. Now, what do you call Aikantyam? Again, remember, Aikantyam is first exclusiveness. Exclusiveness is the sense devotion only to Sriman Narayana, and therefore there is no other devotion to no other God. To no devotion to another God, no other devotion. Again, so second meaning will be Aikantyam will be Nityam. The exclusiveness will be permanent, forever, available forever, present forever. Then you want something as your favorite, Abhimata Phala. You want something. What, whose favorite? Swa Abhimata Phala. My own favorite. Now, it's very easy to define here Abhimata Phala, because each one of us cannot have different Abhimata Phala. Then why should it be there? Why should be there Abhimata? Because every one of us likes the same fruit equally. That is the meaning of the word Abhimata. Abhimatam is, this is my favorite, I like it, I like this. But every one of us likes the same, likes the same. Yavat, as long as, now there's a problem here. The question in the previous sentence, the answer was, what is the nature of Aikantyam? We saw Nityatvam. It is permanent. The next question is, how long will it be permanent? How long will be permanent? How long will we be devoted exclusively to Lord Sriman Narayana? That is the next question. The answer for this is Yavat Swa Abhipata Phala Labham. As till we get the profit, Labham, advantage, the Phala fruit, the advantage of the fruit, which is favorite to us, Abhimata, exclusive to me, Swa, Yavat till, until I get the fruit, until I get the favorite fruit. Then can I shift my importance, shift my goal? No, that is also not possible. Because every individual soul, without any exception, they always like only one goal. And that one goal, again we repeat the same, Preeti of the Lord. Again, I would also subscribe to the view that you don't make him angry. That's more important. When you don't make him angry, naturally he will be affectionate. It is the absence of anger is affection. Affection is absence of anger. That you can say that. But this is the same goal for everyone. So each one of us would like to have this fruit with the greatest desire. That means, so yavat swabhimata phalapalabham aikantyam samanamiti. Suppose I shift my preference, priority. If I take to another priority, another God, then it will, aikantyam will not be saman. The exclusiveness will not be either equal or similar or common. But that doesn't happen. And therefore no problem with that. So etena, that is what now we are saying. I told you already, we are practicing all the yogas. So karma, yoga, jnana, yoga, avastha yoga. In Tamil, avastha is suffering. Avastha is condition in Sanskrit. So when you practice both Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga together. So what will we reach? What will be the result? Aikantyam Siddha. This Aikantyam now, please go back to the term, namely Atishayita, Aishwarya, Kaivalya, Bhagavat, Prapti will be again achieved by Adhikartavya Bhakti. I will put it in a smaller term. Need not I say the entire Vibhakti, all the Vibhakti is there. So Adhikartavya Bhakti, that is icon. By practicing the discipline of action, Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga put together, the discipline of the wisdom. So in these two conditions, Aikantyam Siddha. That Aikantyam is otherwise called, in the second line, Adhikartavya Bhakti. So again, Sarvatra, everywhere. So I told you that we are all one in thought, deed. One in thought and deed. So all of us have only one favorite goal. That is our Abhimata Phala, Swa Abhimata Phala. That is again absence of anger in the Lord and rather affection of the Lord. That is why already he has said that Mama Janaha Bhakta. Though there are 4 types of devotees, all of them are my people. Whether they are Artaha, Jignasuhu, Artharthi, Mokkhati, rather Jnani. Though I said Jnani to Atmaiva me matam, I like more the Jnani. We have some other sentence also. Lord Krishna likes more the Jnani. Why? Because of this icon. Why Aikantyam? Ananya Devata Karta. Because this individual soul does not go to any other aim, does not go to any other God. Lord himself likes. This is what happens here also. In our daily life also, if we are approached by someone for help, today it happened. In the morning, early morning today, at the time 5:54, a gentleman, a friend of mine, from my own apartment, from the second floor, wrote a message like that. Wrote a message like this. A request, please. My daughter is an employee of LIC. And tomorrow, Tuesday, we have the 65th year celebration of Life Insurance Corporation of India. 65th year starts tomorrow, Tuesday. And for that, she wants a slogan, SLOGAN. Sanskrit, SHLOKA. That is not English, SLOGAN. You shout a slogan. Here also you can shout a slogan. You can say it with high decibel. So sloka, I want a sloka. The meaning should be like this. Develop LIC. And all public sector undertakings should prosper in this country. There are 2 sentences given. Then the next sentence was, please give me in Sanskrit. That's the problem. Please give me in Sanskrit. And with the audio. I don't want even Sanskrit word. I want only audio. That is for tomorrow. Tomorrow I must get it. Then first message, I thought it is the daughter of this man. It is the daughter of this man, my friend. The next message was, the request is from US, America. Then the next message was, already I got the answer from Singapore. Now how do you feel this? Because he gave a personal message to me, I thought I am being asked, because I am a Sanskrit man, so I am being asked to give a slogan in audio. In audio, meaning develop LIC and protect public sector undertakings. I wrote two verses. Pancha Shakti Varsha Vaibhava. Pancha Shakti Varsha Vaibhava. Vaibhavam Sarvesham Mangaladayaka. I have sent already the message. Keshavdas Swami can see that. So I also wrote insurance, how to write insurance. So Bharatiyanam Jeevana Raksha. So I wrote that in a shloka form, exactly third syllable heavy, fifth syllable light, the sixth syllable heavy, the seventh syllable alternatively heavy and light. With all this carefulness I wrote, finally he said, the answer has come from Singapore and it was asked by an US man. Therefore, I understand that I am not important. I am not so important. So it is not for his daughter also. He is very broad-minded. So what I understand is my importance has been belittled. My importance is not there, and therefore, so once we get the fruit, swa abhimata phalam, yavat swa abhimata phala prapti, aikantyam will be there. Then aikantyam is left over. I don't want to be exclusive. I don't want to devote myself to Srimad Narayana because I got the fruit already. Already you said aikantyam is nityatvam, is permanent. The aikantyam is common to all the yogins, karma, jnana, and bhakti is otherwise called aikantyam. All this said. The last line will tell you how sarvatra, everywhere, that means for everyone, for every individual soul, Bhagavat Prapatti Purvakatva Avashyam Bhava. It comes to conclusion of Govindacharya Swami. Whether you practice Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga or Bhakti Yoga, in full or incomplete, Bhagavat Prapatti Purvakatva Avashyam Bhava. It is mandatory, compulsory that there is a necessity, utter necessity of surrender to God. All this should be, whether it is Karma Yoga, it should be preceded by Prapatti Yoga. If it is Jnana Yoga, it should be preceded by Prapatti Yoga. If it is Bhakti Yoga, it should be preceded by Prapatti Yoga. So Bhagavat Prapatti Purvakatva. Purvakatva. We cannot first try to perform our actions, duties, try our hand in performing our duty. Finally come to a conclusion that I am not able to perform completely the duty perfectly also. I am not gaining the wisdom properly. I am not able to follow the Bhakti Yoga. Then only I resort to Prapatti Yoga. No. Prapatti Yoga is the first yoga foremost yoga, after which we practice also. That is what Deshika Sampradaya, Ramanuja Sampradaya, here it is Yamunacharya Sampradaya, and Nathamuni Sampradaya, and Lakshmi Natha Sampradaya. All Sampradayas recommend that we must practice Prapatti Yoga before that. And therefore, as Gitartha Swami expects me to say, Samashrayanam, it is enough for Chandracharya Sampradaya, Bharanyasam and Prayaschitta Prapatti are exclusively for Deshika Sampradaya. Anyhow, Prapatti Yoga is most important. That is called icon. Now please come to this conclusion. That is called icon. Whether you are seeking your favorite fruit, and after getting the favorite fruit, you are going away from the Lord, or you are permanently doing this aikantyam, that means bhakti. This aikantyam also, as the result of karma and jnana yoga, will be preceded by, I underline, I put it in inverted commas, prapatti. I hope I have understood it correctly, because of your enthusiasm. And your Madam Malini and Shanta give a total support. And then Pranatatiharan is intermediary support. Whenever he finds time, he logs in. So I think my example is relevant here. Practical. I want to apply those examples to whatever we understand.
So, are you ready for some questions, Swami?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll go. So we're talking about property coming first, and then bhakti. Is it possible to? I mean, yoga. All these different yogas. Can we say that property is the only upaya, is the only means, or do we say that after we do property, there's something else has to be done? Karma yoga, jnana yoga, and bhakti yoga have to be done also.
Yeah, you can, by doing Prapatti Yoga, you cannot give up your duty. The next step, another point is what I understand from your question is Prapatti Yoga should have all the angas as usual, five limbs as usual, plus our inability to practice all the three yoga completely. That is what they say. When you are not able to practice Bhakti Yoga, then go to Prapatti Yoga, they say. But this is not the way.
So the qualification, the adhikari, the qualification for property is disqualification from the others.
That's what people say. But here we understand Prapatti Yoga should be the first one to be followed by the other yoga.
So can we say that initially we are disqualified from Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga? Then we take to Property Yoga, after taking to property, then we become qualified for Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Is that
Yeah.
is that possible?
That is possible.
But
Right.
but we don't give up property after we become qualified for Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. We don't give up property.
Yeah,
So
another point that I wanted to tell you is this, namely, you wanted to call it upaya, prapatti yoga as upaya. Already we said sadhyopaya is prapatti yoga, siddhopaya is the Lord. Yeah, means to the final goal is ready at hand is Lord. The means to help us achieve what we want, namely Preeti of the Lord, is Sadhyopaya is Prapatti. And it is not only Sadhyopaya, not only one Sadhyopaya, other three yogas are also.
right,
All the four yogas are Sadhyopaya.
right. So property is the Sadhyopaya for attaining the qualification or adhikari for Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Then the doing all those things is also Sadhyopaya for attaining the Preeti of the Lord. But ultimately, the Lord is the ultimate upaya. He's the Siddhopaya. Okay, I understand. So here, Vedanta Deshika is also using the word Kaivalya again. And there's a lot of discussion about Kaivalya. But here, when we talk about Kaivalya in this class, we are not talking about the Kaivalya, which is a type of moksha. It's a different Kaivalya. So we
understand even from the previous paragraph.
Right. Right, even in the previous paragraph. So he's not talking about Kaivalya.
Yeah, we are not talking about Kaivalya as an intermediary moksha.
Right. So okay, so we can't say that exclusive worship of the Lord is a type of Kaivalya. Can we say that Kaivalya moksha is exclusive worship of the Lord or not?
No, this is what now equation. Kaivalyam is equal to Aikantyam. Aikantyam is equal to Bhakti and is equal to Ananya Devata Karta.
Right. Okay.
Equate all the terms.
Okay. So we mostly he's talking here about bhakti and doing all these things here. But in Kaivalya moksha, is it possible that Kaivalya moksha is also exclusive worship of the Lord as Paramatman within the Jivatman?
Yeah.
Is it possible?
Because I told you in the beginning today, he is never inseparable. Never separable. That's right.
Right. So he's never inseparable. Okay. So then you were saying also in the beginning you mentioned that japa has to be done alone.
Yeah.
So when we do japam of any mantram, we should not do it with other people.
Yeah, that's what today's discussion is.
It should be done in a solitary place. And Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita in the 4th chapter, you should go to a solitary place.
Right.
And you should sit and you should do the meditation. So because japa is a type of meditation, we have to go to that. He also says of meditations, I am japa later on in the Gita. So it should be done in a solitary place and not with other people. So sometimes people say that they want to do this japa of the Bhagavad Nama Sankirtanam. The names of God, they want to chant the names of God. So this is also a type of japa.
It is what we call like reciting scripture. We always say, give the list of names, say the names of God. Nama Sankirtanam, Bhagavan Nama Sankirtanam. That is, that's what we call a public mass worship.
Archanam, doing archanam,
Mass
yes.
worship.
But this is not solitary. This is done in public. And similarly, so there's a difference also between this japa of when we have one mantra like a Astakshara mantra and we chant again and again and again many times. This is a japa. But people are also doing the Vishnu Sahasranama Parayanam. But that Vishnu Sahasranama Parayanam, it should be done, should it also be done solitary, or it can be done also with other people?
It can be done in both ways, whereas where scriptural chanting must be done along with some other.
Chanting of Veda mantras must be done with other people.
Yeah.
So does that mean you have to sit with the guru and you have to do Sandai method?
Classmate.
What is it?
Guru or classmate.
Classmate, yeah. So does it mean when we chant scriptures, when we chant Vedas, we can chant antiphonally? Somebody chants one line and the next person chants the next line. This is
that will be I tell you even in Vishnu Sahasranama about you tell one sloka and I tell one next sloka. That will be both of us will be incomplete. That I won't recommend. So
both of us will be incomplete. Yes. So it can be done like that. I know it can be done like that because I've seen people do it. I have sat in Sri Rangam in the Vishnu Sahasranam Parayanam, and we do it. Some people are hearing one line, and some people are chanting one line.
Tiruppavi also. Half of the Tiruppavi will be given by one group on one side. The other half will be. When that is not the way to do it, at least by your mind you have to say the full. Here in Vedadhanam, you first say it. Then I say the same paragraph. You observe whether there are some mistakes. You correct me. That.
Of course, I cannot correct you, but anyway, the teacher will correct the student, and he'll chant. The student will chant twice.
Yeah.
Yes, one for grahana and one for dharana. Right?
And no, even sometimes students have to correct the teacher because the teacher is by oversight make some mistake.
I see. Okay.
Here you have last page. Veda Parayana Akarana Prashchittam. One page.
Veda Parayana Prashchittam.
Yeah.
You mean
Veda Parayana Akarana Prashchittam.
Akarna?
That is, when you are not reciting every day.
Oh, we have to do that. So what is the procedure for that? It's not just, we don't say Yadaksharam Parabrasta. We don't say this.
Instead of that, we say this.
It's another one. Oh, you have to send it to me. Okay, I'll be interested to see that.
You have the Kurichi Ramaswamy in your book.
Yeah, I have it.
But
which book is it? Which book is it?
Taittiriya Upanishad.
Okay, in the end of the Taittiriya Upanishad, he gives the Prayaschitta.
The last page.
Last page. Okay, I'll look it up. Thank you. Okay, so now, specifically, we should chant scriptures. We should chant Veda mantras with other people, and never alone. Okay.
Another point in taking a companion is you have some rest to your strain or voice. You give a gap of time so that your throat doesn't get a lot of strain.
Right. Okay. So I had some other questions also, though. This quotation was from Anugita, and that is from Mahabharata. And because we have been studying Mahabharata, we have been studying Mumukshapadi. But also we've been reading Sri Vachanabhushana, and Sri Vachanabhushana says that Vedas are the most, Upanishads and Vedas, these are the highest pramanas. These are the most important pramanas. And next comes Ramayana, and then Mahabharata, and after that is Puranas and Dharmashastras. So yesterday I was comparing Vishnu Sahasranama and Bhagavad Gita to different editions of Mahabharata. The critical edition of Bandarka Oriental Research Institute, and also the Kumbhakonam edition, Southern recension.
Version.
Southern version, yeah. And so there's big differences in the different editions of Mahabharata. But which one is accepted by Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya? The Southern version, or
there is one edition with the commentary, Sanskrit commentary of Mahabharata.
by Nilakanta, Bhavadeepa.
Pradeepa.
There's a Bhavadeepa commentary by Nilakanta.
Nilakanta maybe.
That version.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll have to find that. Okay. So what about other shastras?
So before you ask any other question, on Wednesday, 9th, is Munitraya Sampradaya Sri Jayanti, and 10th is our Pancharatra Sri Jayanti. I want to have what you call recitation of all the Periyar Lord's Divya Prabandham, both days. There are 400 Pashuram. So
Periyava Tirumoli.
Yeah. We will meet tomorrow, and then later on Friday.
Right. So we'll meet tomorrow, but then 9th and 10th we want to keep as holiday. But you were saying Munitraya celebrates on 9th.
9th.
So you are celebrating on 9th, and Pancharatrans on 10th.
Yeah, but I would like to chant all the Pashuram, all the Krishna Stotra.
Okay.
Mukundamala, Gopalan Chati, so many.
Okay. So you want to chant in solitary chanting?
No, I mean with my wife.
Right. Okay, that's fine. So tomorrow we'll have class, and then next 2 days after that,
Friday.
9th and 10th we'll break. So Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday again we'll have class.
Right.
Okay, very good. I understood. So just to go on.
Thank you for Deshika Chalisa. Sharagopan org has got a lot of mistakes as usual. And one glaring error was instead of Sumati, he has given Kamati. Vedanta Deshika Sumati. There is a word in Hindi called Kamati.
Kamati sounds like a bad word. Sumati sounds much better.
No, Kamati is not a bad word, but
Not appropriate for Vedanta Deshika, perhaps.
Yeah.
So okay. So what about these other shastras? Okay, I'm going to look for a proper Mahabharata with the Bhava-deepa of Nilakanta. But what
Right.
about the Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana? Is it always somebody has? Is there any critical edition? Or I know there are many critical editions of Puranas.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are
But-
interpolations.
I have one, I'll give you the name, and we depend on Govindarajiya Vyakhyana.
Govindarajan Vyakhyana. So if Govindaraj has made a commentary, then Sri Vaishnavas accept that.
Right.
Even I saw Bhagavad Gita has some slight differences in reading.
Right.
Because Kumbhakonam edition of Mahabharata, it gives a slogam that says how many verses are chanted by each person in Bhagavad Gita. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, you have.
But it adds up to more than 700. It means more
Yeah.
than 700.
Yeah.
So what is what? So even Sanpat Kumaran's Bhagavad Gita Bhasya, in the end he has given some extra slokas, which he has given some extra slokas in the end. So what do people think about this? Are there more than 700 slokas? Or I saw also one group in Chennai, long back, maybe 70 years ago, they made one Gita with more than 700 slokas.
Right. Including conversations between Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya. We have 730.
730.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have an edition like this?
I'll find out and give you.
Okay. Because also I saw when looking in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Mahabharata, I saw that there's a Bhagavad Gita Parva, which is more than 1,000 slokas actually. It includes the Bhagavad Gita, but it also includes some other things. So is that considered Bhagavad Gita, or only the 18 chapters of? I don't know.
Generally, only 18 chapters because
Right.
it is available in which Parva? Sahasranama is in Bhishma Parva.
Bhishma Parva, yeah, Bhishma Parva. And then Vishnu Sahasranama also in one edition of Mahabharata it comes in. I think it comes in Anushasana
Anushasanic Parva.
Anushasaniya Parva, but in North India they call it Dana Dharma Parva. I don't know. Anyway, I'll ask some other questions more appropriate. So also I want to know if the Sri Vaishnavas which scriptures, which Vedas are accepted, because I know that Sri Vaishnavas accept in Taittiriya Aranyaka, we accept the Dravida part and not the Andhra part. But are there other, like you said, there's some Upanishads perhaps which are not accepted by Sri Vaishnavas out of the 108 normally accepted. So I want to know exactly what the scriptures are, because if the scriptures are very important, then we have to accept the real scriptures and not the scriptures with interpolations. So some other questions were there. After getting the fruit of moksha, he won't give up his devotion. That's what you were saying, that there'll be devotion to get a certain fruit, which means moksha normally. But after reaching moksha, he doesn't give up his exclusive devotion to the Lord. Right. I also, one thing I take a little bit of a disagreement with is, you said that absence of anger, we don't want to make God angry. Absence of anger means devotion.
No, not devotion, affection.
Affection. Okay. Absence of anger means affection. But is it possible that we don't want to make God angry, but is it possible that he's just indifferent towards us and not actually affectionate? Is he really affectionate to those persons in Kaivalya Moksha? Is he affectionate to them, or is he just indifferent to them?
Everywhere he is supposed to be affectionate. Whether you are a bhakti yogin or not, you don't practice prapatti, nothing, you don't practice any yoga, but still he is affectionate.
Yeah,
No partiality.
Tenachari system. Just do property and expect things to be. Now, one other question was that in our Mumukshapati class on Saturday, Dr. Alwa was saying that these five angas of Sharanagati, he said they're stages. Are they stages?
They can be considered as stages also. And the latest understanding I told you, namely, the steps are not ours.
I see. So there are different steps, but we cannot say that Anukulya Sankalpa comes first and Pratikulya Varjana comes second and like this, or it can come in another order possibly, because my feeling, my personal feeling is this Karpanya comes, first. First of all, before you surrender to God, you have to feel helplessness and hopelessness.
This is what I also put it in that order. First Karpanyam, second Pratikulya Varjanam, then only third Anukulya Sankalpa.
Right.
Then fourth is Gotrutva Varnam, then fifth is Rakshashyati iti Mahanta.
I like your order very much. Yeah, that sounds correct to me also. Is there any place where Vedanta Deshika or anybody else, any other acharya has delineated that in that order of the steps?
You have two lines or three lines giving the 5 limbs. There it occurs. I can take it from Rahasya Saram.
In Rahasya Saram, it talks about it like that. I think it's very logical that it goes like that.
Then I wanted to tell you, I'm just going through the Sahasranama, which you said. So, regarding the preference to the variant reading, why Shankaracharya or why Madhvacharya or why Ramanujacharya preferred to his word and some other word. Many of them are similar in meaning. The interpretation may be different, and we have to look at either Bhagavad Guna Darpanam, Parashara Bhattar, and Shankaracharya and Madhvacharya, so that why they prefer such.
But one question I had about that was, I don't remember the sloka, Aparajita. I think there's one.
Niyanta niyamo yama.
But yeah, there's
Aparajita sarvasaho. Niyanta niyamo yama.
Is that the line where we get 9 aksharas instead of 8?
Oh.
Is there one? There's one line there. Oh. There seems to be one line where there is 9 aksharas instead of 8. Maybe I got the wrong one.
Yeah. No. Do you see that there are 9 aksharas in one pada?
In one pada, yeah. Well, normally
that means the calculation is wrong.
You think? See, there are 3 Madhva has an alternate reading with eight aksharas. But naturally, we want also to be. We also want Ramanuja and Shankara to also have a reading of 8 aksharas. But it looks to me like I'll send you an email about it. Okay. All right. I don't want to bore everybody else. But I want to get. I have some people, they want to chant Vishnu Sahasranama, so we want to get it nicely. And I want to give them with. I'm changing all the Anushwaras to Nasikas, to the nasals.
Why? We're not supposed to do.
Because in English, for them to read it, the different nasals will come. Naturally, the different nasals should come, right? When we see Anushwara followed by Kantya or Talavya, it should.
I wrote to you. I think I either WhatsApp message
Right.
or I'm writing the mail. I have a draft now. You are not supposed to make nasalized sandhi.
I see. You're not supposed to.
Because that will give you different meaning.
Oh, okay. All right. So, if you can explain that, then I'll explain that to them.
And
Okay.
because you said Shankara's version and Madhva's version are liked by some people, let them use those terms.
Right. They can. That's why I wanted to do separate, alag. I wanted to do separately for them, for each group of people.
Okay.
Swami, I just because I just want to what you raised right now brings. Yesterday I was listening to Badri Narayana Swami of Srirangam. கேட்டிருக்கீங்களா பத்ரி நாராயண சுவாமி உபன்யாசம் பண்றாங்க.
He is my student.
Oh my God, he's very good Swami. Yesterday he was so good. I was going through Stotraratnam and I was listening to M.A. Venkat Krishna Swami, and he didn't have a complete. So I looked for it, and then I found Stotraratnam. I was going through, listening to his 35th Stotraratnam's 35th slokam.
Very good.
It is remarkable, Swami. He says how ladies shouldn't say Veda Parayanam, why we shouldn't say. He talks in English, I mean Tamil. I wish Keshwadas could understand it, but it is out of this world. I pass this to all my children to listen. He talks about what is God's Tirumanta Tirtha Perumal Sripada Tirtha, how we should take, what is Shatari, how people don't do it right. It's everything he talks about so beautifully. I think that's the best upanyasa I've heard on the talk on Stotraratna. It's very, very nice.
He was my first rank student in the class.
Oh my God, yes.
But we're talking about Badri Narayan, who is Parasara Bhatta Badri Narayan.
Yes.
Yeah, of course they're Tenacharya Sampradayam, so they're going to say according to Tenacharya Sampradayam.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anything different from what as Vadagale, but the importance of Shatari, importance of Sripad Tirtham, how people don't give importance, how they should take it. I think it's good for beginners and people who don't believe in this or don't know how to do it. Yes,
He is running a magazine, monthly magazine.
Okay.
He is conducting 2 schools. One is in English medium, another is for Veda Pathashala.
I see.
Then he is propagating his ideals, rather the Tenacharya ideals, by quiz to children.
Yes.
And he has uploaded a lot of YouTube videos, and he has delivered a lot of discourses on many stotras.
Yes.
And I have heard him Tirupavayam.
Yes, he has got footsteps.
I think he's also doing Annadanam now. He's doing many things. Yeah, he's a great
In
Swami.
COVID, he also donated a lot of food.
Yeah, he's great Swami.
And he, one joke about him is, I told him, please recite Kayena Vacha Manasendra Irva. Then he finally said, Sriman Narayana Samarpayami. And I said, you are a Tenacharya man. How can you say Sriman Narayana? Narayana Samarpayami. You must say. And then he understood the mistake in meter.
Okay.
So, and I
So,
remember him.
so wait a minute, Swami. One on that one. So you won't recite. You will say only Narayanayati Samaprayami. You won't say Sriman Narayanayati. Why you won't say Sriman Narayanayati? Because of the
Because
meter.
that will change the meter.
But many people are doing that. Many people are putting Sriman there.
So also, Sri Rama Rama Rameti, Rame Rame Manorame, Ragasanama Katulyam, Sri Rama Nama Varame the people.
Oh.
So,
So
that
some
becomes
people.
nine
I think-
I feel adding Shriman adds more respect, I thought. So I keep saying that.
So somehow or other, Sri Devi is being added here and there. That's I think it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Not a problem if you are not singing.
Right. If it okay. If it's grammatical, if you're doing antiphonally with other
You are
people.
just reciting a prose like lines. And again, Madhuri Narayanan, he is good in many things. At the same time, he doesn't fight for all the rights of the temple. The temple must have a GR.
Yeah.
The GR in the post is vacant today.
Oh, I see.
So instead of fighting for the GR, because the GR will always is always the head of the administration in Srirangam temple, but he doesn't want a boss over him.
Oh, I see.
There are some.
But I
He
think
wants.
I think some people like Badri and TVS Butter and some of these people, they're Stalatars, they're members of the temple board.
Right,
So
Tadatha.
and they don't want a jeer.
Yeah, they don't want a GR.
I see. So they can make some more decisions without a jeer. Okay.
And
but
he appealed to the government to give him permission for some people to get involved in transmitting the video of the functions inside the temple. The government did not budge.
But now they're definitely transmitting some more video because the temple is locked.
The government itself is doing it.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Because of lockdown. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw the
Now it has been open.
Kalashabhishekam. Now it's open. Now it's open.
Right. And for your information, madam, he also fought he gave his argument in YouTube also
I see.
against the what you call commissioner, HRNC commissioner of the temple, because they're trying to establish his own supremacy.
I see.
And regarding the best quality, what you said is correct. Namely, how to receive shatari.
Yes.
There are especially ladies do not know how to receive shatari. They keep their palms in the neck or something like that. They don't salute like that.
Oh, I see.
They must salute.
Yes, of course.
So you're saying ladies should salute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should also give
They should not touch the tali. They don't have to touch.
Yeah.
They don't touch the tali. Okay.
Everybody should bend their head.
Yes.
Right, but I have a question. The when it's very quickly done, they're just touching on the head. But for gents, they put on the shoulders also.
No,
But for ladies, they don't do this.
No.
no, there is no.
But the ladies also have Shankha Chakra.
We have it for Samashrena.
I
No,
mean,
no,
I understand if you put it on the shoulders, it's because Shanku and Chakra are there.
oh.
Am I right? Otherwise, why put on my shoulders? What is important about my shoulders? Only Shankha Chakra is important.
I think that is only for wearing the marks on the shoulders, not for Shankha Chakra.
The marks are there. The marks. What I'm saying is
Yeah.
why the cetera is put on the shoulders.
It's only symbolic to say that Lord is everywhere and Nammalvar blesses us.
The Lord is everywhere, but He's not just on the shoulders. Then why not put it other places? I mean, what we see when they do Tirumanjanam, when they do Abhishekam of the Lord, they'll pour on the head, and then they'll pour on Chakradalwa, and then they'll pour on Shanku, right? Only after this, then they'll pour on Sri Devi and Bhudevi. So there is some order in the way that and in the way that we do Aradhanam. So I was just thinking when they do the Setari, there must be some order there, even for the.
I will look it up in Parameshwara Samhita because I'm teaching now.
Yes, you're great. You're a great Pancharatra and you're teaching Parameshwara Samhita. We're waiting for that. We're waiting for that English translation.
Yeah. And I am translating Paramapurusha Samhita.
Also.
Yeah.
Oh, Parameshwara.
Think,
you're not translating Parameshwara Samhita also? No.
No, not. I'm translating in Tamil.
All these things. See, when you say beginners can watch Badri, but first of all, we have to learn Tamil. We are more than beginners. We are ati beginners. We are even less than beginners because we cannot understand all these Tamil upanyasams, you know?
He is capable of delivering in English.
Yeah, many people are capable, but they're not doing.
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः।